Hey guys, what's up? Studfit here. Good morning, at least morning where I'm at. It's just a few days before the pagan holiday Christmas. So to those who celebrate, Merry Christmas, and to those who don't, Happy Holidays, and hope you're able to enjoy this wonderful season. Full disclosure, I'm in my car on the way to the gym. I go to the gym most mornings. Sometimes I have a little home gym. Sometimes I'm going to the gym, and I actually was debating on even pulling on this pipe. It's got interesting odds. I was kind of hoping for a 12 high-end pipe, but there are no non-spotlight high-end. So if I'm shivering a little bit, it's 32 degrees here in Virginia. So just full disclosure, it's just kind of cold. Car's still warming up. Either way, I did want to actually pull on this pipe, and I wanted to talk with you a little bit about the pipe contents because it is interesting. I know many of you, as you're getting gift cards for the holidays, you might be deciding, should I pull on this pipe or that pipe, or how should I be able to treat my rubies? The main reason I'm pulling on this pipe, as you can see, I'm down to 11,000 coins. I had actually a pretty decent shop here, 2 high-end tickets, which I'm very, very happy with, and bought a couple other tier tickets. So from that standpoint, I'm very low on the coins. Thought also I talk about another topic. I mentioned receiving gift cards, and I am a whale. You know that. And not everyone, and probably, in fact, I would say the majority of the people that watch my videos are not whales. And I thought it would be important to just, kind of discuss spending, which I've never really talked about. I just assume, hey, this is something that I'm going to pull on anyway, and I'm glad that you guys are able to enjoy this experience with me. But also, don't expect everyone to keep up with me, and I would really, honestly, I would hope you wouldn't. I'm very fortunate to have a job that pays me hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm very, very happy about that. And so making sure that bills and food on my table, and I have 2 sons, and putting clothes and food on their table is obviously it's my number one priority, and pretty low on that totem pole. Behind everything is the spending in this game. From my standpoint, I took my wife out to dinner last night. We had a $40 babysitter and $100 meal, and stopped by and got some other holiday presents. In total, we spent about $200 last night for one evening of enjoyment. So from that standpoint, I have no problem dropping about the same amount on something that's going to bring me enjoyment for that whole let's just say a week. That to me is, I'm able to justify that. Not everyone is able to do that. I will say that I had a discussion with someone who I'm not going to necessarily name out, and if they want to come out, that's fine. But they were asking, hey, I really want these items, I really want these pipes, but I'm having a hard time, budgeting things, and that's a tough decision. And I just want to, relieve anyone if they feel like they have to spend on these pipes or whatever. Don't feel like you have to, but ultimately, if it brings you joy, if it brings you happiness, there's nothing wrong with it. And honestly, I think people who shame other people for spending, I think there's some insecurity there that they might feel like, I wish I could, but I can't. Don't feel insecure. First off, I think everyone's in a different place in life, and first off, just know that whatever you're spending on this game might be a little bit more than you need to, but just know that it's bringing you joy, and for that reason, never feel guilty from that standpoint that something brings you joy, even if it's somebody was showing that this game is for ages 4 and up, and shaming people for being 5 years old and playing this game because it's for 4 and up. Guys, we love this game. This is a fun game. Full disclosure, I'm 34 years old. I played Mario Kart when I was a kid. and I'm playing Mario Kart, as a 34-year-old, and I'm enjoying this game. It is, especially with this quarantine and being cold outside and not being able to enjoy what I would consider the former real life. And this is just a fun way to be able to spend time, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And it's a way for me to be competitive. I've played football and basketball in high school, and I'm very, very competitive in the sales, and so I'm a very competitive person in nature. And so from my standpoint, this is a great way to be able to channel that during a pandemic. I have no regrets about how much I enjoy this game, and sometimes I feel like I put a little bit too much time into something that I know I spent about 2 or 3 hours on Royal Raceway just on Monday night while watching my Steelers unfortunately lose to the Bengals. I was obviously regretting that game and how poorly we played, but I don't regret spending that time watch my sons play around and play them on my phone and watch a game. So sometimes I regret the time put into it, but ultimately it's a fun game, and I just don't want to make sure that from the standpoint of this community, never shame anybody for the time that they put into this game, the money they put into this game. We each get to enjoy this game in so many different ways. Multiplayer, time trials. Now, if you're part of the Kart Life Discord, screenshots, people love doing the screenshots. There's so many fun ways to play this game, and we're a community, and so I thought just when you're thinking about holiday season, end of year, I just wanted to thank this community for everything you guys do for each other, and just make sure that you guys are respecting one another and loving one another, and from that standpoint, not judging one another either. If you really enjoy this game, feel free to play it the way you want to play it, and if that includes spending, then let it be spending. I just want to make sure that from my perspective and the way I play this game and the way I spend on this game, don't feel like you have to keep up, or hey, I really want that item that the Studfit has. Hey, just be able to make sure that you, number one, and again, this you probably already know this, so I'm already probably preaching the choir. Make sure, number one, you put food on your table, you're covering your bases, and then make sure to do backwards math and say, hey, this is how much I'm going to budget myself. And from there, once you budget yourself, you can decide, hey, do I want this pipe or this pipe? Don't feel like you have to go this pipe and this pipe and this pipe, because honestly, every pipe's going to have some good stuff. Honestly, this week one pipe probably had the least good stuff that I've seen in quite a while. But even that the glider from the week one pipe looks pretty cool. Anyway, my point is that you can't have everything that this game has for you. If you could, it'd be very tempting. But even from my standpoint, I'll quickly just point this out. I've had to decide between different pipes. So you see, a good example would be there's the Super Nintendo Super SNES pipe that was out there. I had to choose between not getting DK Jr. or to not get Bowser Jr. or to pass on some of these Peach alts that I just didn't like the special skill. And that was, for me, the deciding factor was, hey, I'm not going to use, even this Toadette Explorer came into the pipe twice. I'm just not going to use her. So why should I have to pull? And so from that standpoint, for me, if it doesn't have Coin Box or Lucky 7 or potentially a Boomerang, a Giant Banana, I'm just not going to pull on it. And I'm going to use my rubies where I feel like it's best used. And so from that standpoint, don't feel like you have to get everything this game has for you. Just make decisions. You probably already know this, but I just want to reiterate, even I, as much as I put into this game, am deciding I'm just not going to get that character. And honestly, accepting that and being willing to move forward in the game with that in mind has been extremely helpful. The first 6 months of being a whale, I don't think I had that skill exercised well enough. Whereas now I'm perfectly fine not having this red Rosalina, this fire Rosalina. All right, guys, enough of my rant there. But again, this is the holiday season. I just want to thank you guys for being an awesome community, and just make sure to, as Sammy says, love one another and just be respectful. And Never shame someone for how old they are, how much time they spend, or how much money they spend. Just play the game however you want to play, and don't worry about the haters, because haters gonna hate. All right, jumping into this pipe. Says, I need the coins, and I do want to touch on that because that's very, very important. I was kind of hoping there would be 12 high ends in this pipe, and if so, I was going to go in. There was no doubt about that. But there are 9, and that's still great. So from that standpoint, for each 10 pull, you should be getting around 1 high end, which is much, much better than 9%. So if you're pulling 10 times, you should get 1. That should be equal to 1 high end, roughly. Just a little bit less than. And so if you're getting 1, you could reset and say, you beat the pipe. But ultimately, just, in our mindset, especially as I'm pulling, just know it's usually going to basically be a 1-to-1 ratio. And really what they did is they took 3 normals, removed them from the pipe, and added 3 high-end items to that pipe. So from that standpoint, the coins per ruby is actually phenomenal. You got a total of 422 coins per ruby. So when thinking back about it, some of the best pipes, things like the anniversary pipe, were just, I think, 501 coins per ruby. This is wonderful, much higher than the 355 that's in a normal 100 pipe. So for coins per ruby, this is a wonderful pipe. So those who got that gift card, they care about coins, this is going to be a great pipe for you. For me, it's on the fringe. If it was 12, it would have been no-brainer. Here with 9, it's decent. As you can see, I have a third of the items already maxed out. Wicked Wings, Giant Sail, and Rosa Swimwear. Not too excited about the drivers. I would like to get Rosalina Aurora 2-4, only because first off, I do like getting any type of item 2-4 just for that plus. Not a big fan of the Ice Flower, but also having that 3.5 just hanging there, just so close. Almost makes me want to use a ticket. I'd rather save the ticket, just rather pull her in a pipe like this. But one of the reasons I'm pulling into this pipe are for the carts. So Blue Soda, it's been a cart that's been a part of our top 10 for months now. I believe it's number 6 or so on our list. It was 6 and then 9 and then 6 again. I believe it's 6 currently, but it's been a part of the top 10 really since we started tracking that. This Comet Tail is a great cart. I don't have it, as you can see here. And this Poison Apple for ranked, it'd be great to have it. I have it at 4. As you know, I love taking things to 5. That's my jam. So from that standpoint, I'm going to jump into this pipe, but I'm going to be a little different. It's going to be I'm going to enjoy this pipe a little differently than most, because I do want to kind of avoid the gliders. I don't really care about getting Luma Parafold to 6. It's going to take way too much effort. If I get it to 3, then it'd be caught up to the other 30 gliders I have at 3. But I really want the carts. Even if the drivers, if I get a driver, I might just keep going so they don't have to reset and think about getting Rosa Swimwear. So that's kind of my mentality. I'll play it a little differently. I might treat it like a 50 pipe if I might just reset if I keep getting good stuff. But there's also a chance where all these 9 items could be at the very bottom, and I'm just pulling and pulling and pulling. So enough about that. Oh, you know what? I got a free, so we'll start. We'll start there and see how this pipe is going to look. Oh boy! What? Oh my gosh. Dude, a fake pipe with the item I didn't have. Crazy. All right. I guess that's what happens when there's a 9% odds, because that's not gonna normally happen with a 6% odds. Holy moly! What just happened? I guess I did a a 10 pull. I thought I had a free one there. All right. Well, going into this one, and it must be green. I still can't believe that comet tail. All right, well, there we go. Not sure how that happened. It's still the morning. I'm still adjusting to what's going on. And as you can see here, I didn't get these rainy balloon packs. And as I'm pulling here, especially if it's green, I'll kind of discuss that a little bit. Gives me something to talk about while I pull. But just I'm not buying all the packs, and there is a reason for that. I kind of told Nintendo that until they fixed my shop, I was going to spend less. In reality, my shop's probably never going to be quote unquote fixed. This is just like everything else, the new normal. And you know what it is? It is what it is. And so I'm just expecting I'm only going to get on average 8 high ends per tour, and not going to complain about it anymore. But I'm also going to find a way to spend less on this game, just a little bit gradually. I think ultimately all these items are going to still be around, and that's kind of my mentality of when I talk about, not using tickets on a Ice Mario or Metal Mario or anything that's permanently in the pipe, especially when it comes to the drivers, just because they're going to be here. I'm going to keep pulling on them. Why not use? I definitely don't want to use a ticket on something that's, I'm going to pull later. So there you go. It looks like I am going into this pipe immediately after getting that wonderful freebie. I have enough to do, I think it was something like the 9 pulls out of the 100 pipe, and then I can do some singles. I hope that I can get everything in those 9, 10 pulls, but I was wondering if I was going to be resetting. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case after getting 2 green pipes. Okay, I know she makes a couple people happy to see. I love that. That makes me happy. And don't worry, I am here safely at my destination. So there was a little bit there where I wasn't looking at my phone, but now I'm looking. Now I'm invested. All right, so at this point in time, I've only gotten 2 high ends for 3 10 pulls, really. Pipe still owes me. Now here, if I get some of the stuff that I didn't have maxed out, I could reset, especially if this is a double. I guess only if it was a double. It'd be the only way I'm beating the pipe. But I definitely don't have to drain this. Ooh, like that. See if I can get a double here. So I can reset. Or just end. That was the... you guys saw me do something on Sunday I don't always do, and that was restrain myself from pulling. Alright, so I like that. So 4 10 pulls, 3 high ends, I believe. Yeah. Yep, 1 driver, 2 carts. Definitely want the carts the most. So if I can get a double here, I've beaten the pipe. And then who knows, maybe I'll be done. Really want those carts. definitely would be resetting if I were to continue to go in just to get the coins. Oh ho! That's what I wanted. All right, so if I can get a cart here, I might just be done. I definitely would be resetting. Oh boy, yeah! The one glider. Oh boy. How did I manage that? How did I manage to avoid getting any of the dupes? You might be thinking, oh man, Studfit, you had to go deep. But to avoid all those high ends that I have duplicated, basically everything but one item that I didn't have at 6 out of the 6. Oh, dude, I feel like I dodged a bullet. Going 5 pulls into this pipe and getting the 5 of the 6 high ends I did not have maxed. I could not be happier. That's phenomenal. It's okay that I don't have. Somebody's picking up Houston defense in my fantasy league. Good to know. Maybe I'll have to strategize about that later. All right, so I have 4 more pulls here. New Year pipe coming up soon. I got the carts, but I need the coins. I only got 33 coins. I'm gonna pull anyway, probably. I really like the packs next tour. They've already released those. Check out my rundown video for those. I'm gonna have to pull. 33,000 on average. You know, each tour I'm getting like a high end every other day. That's not going to leave me enough coins to be able to get what I need. So let's see if I can continue dodging these bullets. So far, I've been very, very content. I could have quit there and just said, hey, you know what? I crushed this pipe. But there's a Kamata waiting for me. Man. Very happy about that. Getting that to 3 is very cool. From 0 to 3. Oh, poison apple card. That's going to really help me for ranked. To level 5. You know I love getting things to level 5. That is my jam. A double. All right, a double cart. I wanted the carts. I got a double cart. Oh man, I could quit here. Just be the hero of the day. What would have been? I think would have been 7 high ends from 6 pulls. Hey, you know what? So 36,000 coins. If I get a high end every other day for the next 7 days, especially with coins of plenty. You know what? I'm going to continue restraining myself. It's going to be. I'm not going to say year of the restraint because I'm not going to be willing to be held accountable on that. But you know what? I'm going to restrain myself. I'm going to practice what I preach. You know, I think from the standpoint at least of today's earlier message of, you know, you don't have to necessarily be controlled by these pipes, and you can. I'm going to practice a little bit of restraint. This is going to be fun. This is 2 pipes in a row that I'm going to actually not get rid of all of my rubies. So, hey, maybe that invigorates some of that same restraint in getting ready for this New Year's pipe, whatever that might be. Spoiler: it does sound like, or it does look like, there's going to be a lot of items in the packs when it comes to a Tokyo items between Peach Kimono, which has really only been brought back in Tokyo related tours or anniversaries, etc. Also the purple oil paper umbrella and the black Kabuki dasher, which had only been in the B dasher pipe. So some good packs coming up. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'm thrilled. I got so many carts. I did not get any duplicates. I got some coins. I am so glad I pulled today. You may not see as good of luck, but again, as I mentioned earlier, don't let anyone control how you play this game. Love this game however you love this game, and always be kind. Of course, from a healthy standpoint, be safe, and good luck.